I overheard someone say that marriage is overrated. A lot of women say, I like the strong silent type. Well, a lot of men like the feminine silent type. And for sure, it's going down. So a lot of times people are not getting the value. When to speak and when to be quiet is one of the most powerful. She's going to be aggressive thinking that. And as someone who's been married for 12 years, he's driven, not lazy. And this will make yourself and get on the right path. That understand that you might be doing a disservice to your daughter. If you don't help her understand vetting and proper decision making, now she's going to be a basket case later. If you don't help her understand emotional intelligence, she's going to hold on to a lot of emotional baggage. If you don't
Welcome to another live with Mrs. Danielle DeVita. I am Danielle and I am grateful to be here today. So I appreciate you all coming on and listening to me this late evening. So I wasn't here Tuesday, as you know, I canceled that live, and we're going to have a quick live and we're going to talk about the book that I have out. I told you I had my book published and it was going through the works. So I am going to send a link now for those who are interested in purchasing it. It's still going through the process for certain bookstores and Amazon, because with certain companies, there's a process of getting it on their shelves and stuff. So I'm going to show you the book and we're going to talk about it. So let me put the link. If you're interested in listening and joining in on the conversation, go ahead and chat or call the number on the bottom of the screen, 813-816-1813, to learn more about who I am, my content. You can go to mrsdanielledevita.com. Some of you all have seen me from the Philip Scott Show, as I am a contributor there. Some of you have seen maybe my commercial on African diaspora. Some of you may have seen me on either TikTok or Facebook or Instagram. But I appreciate you taking the time to come. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I promise you it's free. And if you haven't followed me on any of those other social media channels that I told you, they're free. You can go ahead and do that as well. So let me go ahead and put in the link here. There's a link right there. You can go ahead and click on that link. If you forget the link information, all it is store.bookbaby.com. And then you'll be able to either type in my name, Danielle DeVita, or you'll be able to type in the name of the book. And I have it on the thumbnail for this channel, for this particular video, which is Command Respect from the Woman You Want. Again, as I mentioned, I have not forgotten about you ladies. I do have a book that'll be coming out for you all soon. But this book that's currently out right now, Command Respect from the Woman You Want. This right here is a quick read for men. I think if you read this in a day or two, you'll be able to get, you'll be in on the know. A lot of people believe you have to be, the most good looking or the wealthiest man, but you don't. You don't have to have a lot of money. It doesn't matter what race. This is not a book just for one race, right? One culture. This is a book. Essentially, the only thing you need to do is to be a man who wants to be masculine and men who likes traditional views. If this is you, if you want to be respected, then this book is for you. If you want to be respected by women and you want to have your masculinity intact, this is a book for you. It doesn't matter if you're married. It doesn't matter if you're dating in a committed relationship. This will be a perfect book for you, because this ensures that you're getting respect from the woman you want. And so if you're not getting it, you can get it. And if you're a man who's just curious, like, well, why, I have a woman who respects me, and why does she respect me? And most likely you see that you're probably doing these things in the book. I have been married for going on 13 years and in 2 months, right? Well, less than 2 months, about in a month and a few days, right? So I'm telling you from my experience being married, I'm telling you from my experience, when I was going through the process and dating, this is what I saw. This is how I held a man that I thought in high regard. And this is how I hold my husband in high regard. So as you can see, I have images here, thanks to Iguana Marketing, who did my cover. You see that I have different men, different types of men here. I have a man who is in a suit, so it doesn't matter if you are a business style man. I have the guy who likes to just wear the t-shirt, as you can see here. And then I also have the guy who, as you can see, has a worker's uniform. So it doesn't matter what occupation you have. It doesn't matter about your looks. You just need to be a man who wants respect. And there's a way to do it. And this book will be a tell all on how to get that level of respect with just a little tweaks. You can still be yourself, but you can be able to, throw some balls, right? So this will be a great book for you. If you're a woman, you say, well, I want to know what you're telling men, then read this book. This will help you understand what kind of man you should look for. Now, I will say as a man, this book also helps you with vetting. So if you are dating, this will tell you, what kind of women you should be in a relationship with. I have a video that sort of kind of went viral on TikTok. It's so weird. You have different social media and put the same thing and you get different results. And on TikTok, I have a video that's going out and it's saying, this is how you should respond to women who are being combative. And a lot of men think that, oh, if she's combative altogether, don't be with her, never be with her. You're going to get in some type of situation where you are met with a woman who is being argumentative, combative, or exhibiting some type of trait that you don't like at that moment in time. It doesn't mean that's how they always are, but there is a way to respond to it. I talk all the time about crossroads. Crossroads aren't just reserved for men. They are reserved for women as well. So speaking of that, I have 2 other books that'll be coming out this spring, summerish, right? And that is Girl, Go Get Your Husband. This is a book for women. So if you're a woman who wants to be married, this book will be essential for you. If you're not trying to get married, then, if you're not trying to get married in the future, you never want to get married, then you don't have to read that book. But that book is a vetting book. So if you're looking to date, that'd be a good book. But I always say, what's the point of dating if there's no end goal? Like everything you do in life, there's a goal. When you go get a job, back then people stayed on the same job forever and ever, and that was great. And you retire and get your pension. But most people like to move up, right? Most people like to go from being a teacher to an assistant principal, to a principal, to an administrator, right? You like to go from, floor level to, on the sales floor to a manager to, all these things that are moving up. And again, this applies to any job. Everyone likes to move up. And that's part of life. No one wants to stay in the same level of relationship. Even if you were just hooking up, talking to someone, you want to move to being exclusive. Then that exclusive, you want to go from being boyfriend and girlfriend to maybe engaged, right? Have children together, have, a spouse. So my goal is to make sure that you're doing this with the person that's best for you. And a lot of times we miss out on those opportunities because we're in the wrong relationship for too long period of a time. Or as a man, we're not exhibiting or if you're a man, you're not exhibiting masculine qualities. And as a woman, we're not exhibiting feminine qualities. And this is something that I think this is a lost trait in America, right? Because a lot of other cultures are still kind of have a strong knit culture and family dynamic. But a lot has happened. We are a melting pot in America. We have a lot of feminist movement. And I don't mind that we want to grow as people. We want equality. But sometimes we get that equality and we take away from some of the traditional cultures and just try to shut down everything. Everything of the past isn't bad. So again, please get this book. I put the link in the chat. So if you're interested in getting this book, it's only $7.50. So please, hey, what's $7? What? It's like $5 for coffee, all right, at Starbucks. So this book, if you know that you're not getting the respect you want, or you just want to support women businesses, Black businesses, or you just want to get this book for a friend, go ahead and do this. It's not that much. It's $7.50. I have an ebook version of it. So if you're a person who's out of paperback, then you can do that. Like I said, I made this a quick read. So it's not this book of, hypotheticals and what ifs and futuristic stuff. No, this is the here and now. I have real life examples in this book that I, of course, changed the names. Some of them are people that I've coached. Some of them are just situations that people have told me. And you may see these examples like, oh, I know someone who went through this situation. That lets you know that a lot of people are going through some of these same things. Now, as you know, I have a series that's out about competent, successful, high-value men who are sharing their experiences in the dating world. I spoke to someone this past weekend, and they mentioned that, and they said they lived in New York, and they mentioned that femininity is a big theme there too, as far as lacking femininity. It said, but in New York, you have a lot of women who are naturally beautiful. They don't have to do so much with, their hair and their face. They're naturally beautiful. But there's still a lot of issues with femininity because these women are smart, they're intelligent, they're beautiful, they have besides their actual physical beauty, their physique is good. So they take care of themselves, especially in New York. When you're walking a lot, you're a little bit more fit. So there's a lot of women who are doing that. However, femininity is an issue. And I've been talking about this a lot on my channel, that a lot of times women have removed themselves from that level of softness. They think they have to be hard. They have to be so independent that it comes across in a negative way, as if no man is ever needed. Because you have what you need financially, you don't need a man. But what we fail to realize is a man is not just your provider, right? You can provide for you. We do live in an age where you can provide for yourself. But who's helping and providing for you emotionally? Because a lot of times we look on the physical and we forget about the mental. And we are not put on this earth just to be talking to ourselves. We're meant to have people around us, family, friends, loved ones, right? We're on this world to reproduce and to create legacies. And a lot of times we just want to live and do for us. It's a selfish desire sometimes. So again, if you're a woman and you're listening and you've been told, that you exhibit a lot of aggressive or masculine qualities, it's okay to be soft. It's okay to want to be independent, but still be interdependent with other people. All right. I don't depend on my husband for my every being. I don't depend on him to love me because I do love myself enough. But it's okay to receive love. It's okay to receive help. It's okay to receive others pouring into you. It's okay. All right. So if you are a woman and you want to have, a relationship with someone, you're like, well, I'm around men who I feel like they're intimidated by me. I'm around men who don't see my value. I'm around, men who are modern. They're not traditional. They're not masculine. Like I said, I have a book for you. Girl, Go Get Your Husband. Again, a book for teenagers that's called Boy Bye. And that book will be for, those who are they could be preteen teenagers. So if you interested in that, those will be coming out soon. But right now, I have Command Respect from the Woman You Want for men. Click on that link, store.bookbaby.com. Again, store.bookbaby.com. And you'll be able to see my info on there. Again, store.bookbaby.com. You can either type in my name, Danielle DeVita, or Command Respect. And then, so you don't even have to write the whole term, just put Command Respect and it will come up. So I'm so excited to be able to talk about this book. I've been waiting for it to come out. This is the back of it. So you can see the back, and this is the front. And as you can see, it's not a lot. This will be a very, very quick read. So really quick, and then we'll get out of here. This book, like I said, it's for men, whether you are just out in the world dating, or maybe you're not ready to date yet, right? You can still read this book. You are dating, you're in a committed relationship, or you're married. This book goes through several things that most men have been going through. So over the past 5 years, even though I don't really tell you guys often, I have spoken, to men of all different groups, different ages, and I've asked how they felt about relationships. I've listened to conversations that people have on all different social media. Just listen, and I'm hearing that there's a pattern of what men are saying and what they want. So I put all of that in this book. My husband co-signs the book, so it's not just me and my perspective, and I didn't get a man's perspective on what they thought. So I'm just going to let you take a look, and I'm going to go over the table of contents so you know at least what the book is about. I talk about what you would receive this, why you would get this book, what this book is going to be about. That's in the beginning. Then I talk about the handcuffs, right? Chapter 1 is handcuffs. So when we talk about the man who's being overprotective, and if you're that man, what you can do, because a lot of times men are, depending on the type of how you grew up, you may be too restrictive, or you're hearing from women saying that you're too restrictive, not necessarily that you could be too restrictive, right? And now again, if you read the book, I'll explain what all that means. Maybe you've been told you're Mr. Nice Guy. We talk about that in the next chapter. Then we talk about stand your ground, right? How to be able to say what you want, be assertive without coming across too aggressive. And this is one of those crossroads where you say it and then leave if you have to. Then we talk about having confidence, how to be the type of protector the woman is looking for, how to be the comforter. And then we talk about the end of this book, about learning a few things. And then I give you a little excerpt of my book for Go Get Your Husband. So if you are wanting to get a book for your wife or your girlfriend, you can read into it and be prepared for when that book is out. All right. If anyone has any questions, definitely you can call in or you can post your comments here. Yes. Black first, Mrs. Davita. Yes. So yes, if you guys like supporting, women-owned business, Black businesses, if you like just supporting people who are authors, or if you just like supporting my content, definitely go ahead and get that book. And then it'll give you, a tell-all on how you can get that respect from women. And I've also listened to women. I as a woman, I hear women all the time saying what they're going to do and why this man is not masculine enough, and all the things they wish this man could do. So I'm listening to women on what they're willing to do to hold a man in high regard, how they would respect them and why they would respect that type of man. So all of that is encompassed in here. So if you're like, I just cannot get the respect I want, you don't have to make any physical changes. You don't have to go and get all this money to get that respect, because truth be told, they're not respecting you. They just want the money. So if you truly want a woman to respect you, that means how she speaks to you, how she looks, at you, her attitude towards you. There are going to be some things that she's looking at. And then a woman, if she still does not respect you after doing all that, this is a disrespectful woman and you don't want to be around her, right? Hopefully this is not someone you're in a committed relationship with. Hopefully that's not the case, because most likely that woman you guys wouldn't be in a committed relationship. You would have found that out anyway before reading my book, that she didn't care about you. But some people, depending on how they grow up, they speak differently, even to people they say they care about. And some of these things, you can nip that in the bud. This book will show you how to do that. It has a lot of examples, real life examples, to help you understand how to respond to certain things. All right. Let me see here. Let me see here before we go. If you do want to book a session, I do have a few sessions available that you'll be able to get. As you can see, MrsDanielleDeVita.com. You can get coaching there. All right. So if no one has any questions, I am going to end this live, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time. So I do appreciate you guys coming on while I talk about this book. And then we'll reconvene about our series about the high valued man and what he's looking for in dating. If you are a woman and you're listening and you want to share your opinion, or you know a woman who wants to share her thoughts and opinions about the dating world, whether you live in America or not, go ahead and email me, MrsDanielleDeVita@gmail.com, and I can go ahead and try to get you onto the show. Okay. All right. So you all take care. You all have a great night, and we'll reconvene next week. All right. Take care.
We live in a world where femininity, marriages, family, and courting is no longer valued. We live in hookup culture, situationships, and struggle love. The number one reason women struggle in long-term relationships, number one, femininity, and number two, staying in a relationship or entertaining people longer than the woman should. My name is Danielle DeVita, and I'm a relationship and femininity coach. I've been married for 12 years, and I want to help you get on your feminine journey and vet for the right man today. For more of my content, you can visit MrsDanielleDeVita.com, or you can go to YouTube, Instagram, or my Facebook page. Get on your feminine journey today.